we will be doing some laps on the Rikkord Memorial Raceway, and I'll be flying the M50 Interceptor this time. It's my favorite ship to race thus far in the game, and so let's get started. Basically not many new tips and tricks other than lines and shortcuts on this track, so I'm gonna recap what I talked about in my first video and race a new track. So we're gonna start by hitting the V key to disable your G-Safe. G-Safe is bad. You don't want that when you're racing.
1, go.
It's kind of like a scrub. You don't want no scrub, you don't want no G-Safe. Here we go. I'm going to turn sharp into this and tap my afterburner to bring us back to a forward direction without actually losing much speed. So right through the hoop. I'm going to go up and over, slow it down, tap the brake, space brake, which is Alt and X by default on your keyboard with your mouse and keyboard pilot. We're going to go through this hoop, go up over this sign and through this one. It's all about going through the hoops and not crashing into things like that. So we're gonna get our shit back together and fly through this hoop and make a U-turn. This is not the proper line right now, I'm correcting a little mistake. And through this hoop. Down between these buildings. Across, and what do you know? Through the hoop. And we're gonna turn into this corner, and I'm gonna drive ahead and turn into your corner, tap space brake if things get scary. Yeah. If things get really hairy or you sustain a lot of damage and need to remove yourself from your ship, you can hit Alt, right Alt and the letter L twice, and you will eject. Not all ships have a working ejector seat at this point, so let's just do some racing now. We run a decent lap.
Lap complete. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Smash it down and a blackout. So we're going to do an eject here when my eye comes out of being blacked out. I'm going to hit Alt, tap L twice, there we go. I do it 3 times to be safe, and he's out. Just going to run a couple laps and then I'll go over my advice again or if I think of anything along the way.
Checkpoint. 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 Lap complete. Checkpoint. 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 Checkpoint.
Oops, a little hairy there. We saved it, good old M50, nimble as a mouse, or whatever is nimble. Nope, blacked out, but we made it.
Checkpoint. Stand by for reintegration.
So we'll recap my tips and advice again. So when you start a race or respawn, you always want to turn your G safe off. It does nothing but slow you down in a race. And if you ever need to eject or respawn your ship, you can hit Alt on the right side and the letter L twice, and you will eject. Or if you want to suicide, you can hit Alt on the right and hold backspace. And so you want to turn into your turns and use your afterburners to correct you to make sharp turns without losing speed. Alt X is your space brake, and use that to help control turns and sudden stops. Sometimes it helps recover from a wreck, sometimes it makes you spin out of control even more. Not sure how that works. Thanks. Nice little graphical bug there.
Checkpoint.
Eject, I'm out of control.
Stand. Checkpoint. 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 Checkpoint.
No, that was a good example of the turn move, but I blacked out.
Checkpoint.
I wish you could change the color of the heads up this way, the blue on the M50 and the blue on the sky. It's kind of easy to lose your direction indicator in the sky.
Checkpoint. 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 Lab complete. Checkpoint.
So I'm going to run 2 more laps and then call it a video. Remember, the tips and tricks is G-safe is bad. Use the letter B on your keyboard to remove it from your ship. Alt and X is your space brake. It's good for controlling your direction of travel. Turn into your turns and watch your direction orientation arrow circle thing. That will show you where you're going to end up, even if your ship's not exactly pointing that direction.
Checkpoint.
And remember to take shortcuts.
Checkpoint.
There are no rules in an air race for shortcuts that I'm aware of.
Checkpoint.
It's not Star Citizen.
Checkpoint. 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 Lab complete.
When you do those big turns, it reminds me like drifting in a car. You're kind of steering ahead, steering into your slide, and then bringing it back to straight. That didn't end well. This will be my last lap, I believe. Maybe one more just for fun. So 2 more laps,
Checkpoint.
and we'll call this a video.
Checkpoint. 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 Lap.
So this is the last lap. Like, subscribe, follow if you found anything in this helpful. And remember, when you go through that beginning tunnel area, it refuels your boost. Hit the letter V to remove your G-Safe. G-Safe is bad when you're trying to race. Alt-X is your space brake. And remember to turn into and drift your corners to maintain your speed. And don't black out like that and crash into things. Those things are bad.
Checkpoint.
As you can tune in tomorrow, I'll do the video for the 3rd racetrack. Then after that, I think I'm going to do some ship reviews and other interviews of top racers and so on every morning. So tune in and check out some Star Citizen Racing every day on my channel. Keep you guys updated. No, I'm not the best, but I'm pretty decent. I'm on the leaderboard, top 100 on most of the tracks. So try to knock me off. Come join me. I have a racing organization called Hellcat Incorporated. You guys are welcome to get part of that as well.
Checkpoint.
And I was using some G-Safe, and you can see how terrible I was flying and slow compared to now.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Lap complete.
Nice.
Checkpoint.
Thank you for watching. Just gonna go do a little landing in here.
Stand.
That fucked up. And thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, follow if any of this was helpful for you. And I'll see you on the racetrack.